All right, I'm actually not going to do a live demo because it's a little confusing and all that kind of stuff. But I am going to talk about brand governance. Everybody here today is telling you what you can do with AI. You probably want to know, if you work on brands, what you can do to make sure that it stays true to your brand guidelines. One of the things we've learned, if you've ever read this book, it's kind of famous probably amongst this crowd, but brand consistency is really, really important. That's why people care about this, because you're trying to tie to people's mental processes, and you'll get these good things from it if you do. And it's really hard to do with generative AI. So this is a project that we did as an alpha test with Coca-Cola, where we took the image on the left and we generated all these images on the right. So you can see they're personalized to genders and age demographics. And the problem with this is to get these 8 images out took 5,000 image generations. So the problem you have as you move to generative AI for personalization is, who looks at those 5,000 images to figure out which 8 are actually good, right? Well, this is where BrandGuard comes in. So we are a tool that ingests your brand guidelines and other branding information, and we build a whole bunch of machine learning models, logos, fonts, colors, look and feel, tone and voice, etc. And then any tools, any generative AI stuff that you create, we run it through these models and give you a score and tell you what's good and what's not. There's 3 ways to use it. This is one. This is the web application. So you can upload something. The one on the right is the actual good advertisement for Little Caesars. The one in the middle, as you can see, the font is off, the color is off, and those are things that we catch. I am not a branding person or a marketing person. I am a entrepreneur and tech person. So I have continually been surprised by how much this happens. By the way, my clock's not going on the left here. Yeah. So I think I get 5 minutes, right? Five fresh minutes. Anyway, you guys might have set that up. But yeah, I've been really surprised talking to branding people how many times they're sort of like, yeah, this happens quite a lot where we see assets and we're like, no, you can't use the logo that way. There's not enough space around it. That's actually a slightly different font, etc. But it's not just the sort of hard crystallized rules. We can look at tone and voice. So what you're seeing here is 2 images that were created with Midjourney with a very similar prompt. Basically, glass of beer sitting on a table in a crowded bar, slight variations that we added to get these differences. Either one of these can come out of one of these tools. These were scored against the model that we trained for Budweiser look and feel. And as you can see, the one on the left is like not Budweiser-y, you shouldn't use it. The one on the right is much closer. So how does this work? About 10 years ago, Google came out with a famous paper where they sort of mapped language to a mathematical space in a way that you could do math with words. And this is the famous equation from the paper. They said, take the word king, subtract the word man, add the word woman, what do you get? And the machine said queen, and everybody went, this is cool, we can do a lot of stuff with this. So a lot of what's happening behind the scenes with these LLMs and things today is this kind of math. We did that for brands. So we took a lot of different brand values, attributes across a whole bunch of dimensions, and we mapped it to a space. And what our tool does is kind of like draws a boundary around that space based on the data you give us that says that when you put stuff in there now, we're like strike zone for the brand, on the edge of the brand, outside of the brand, etc. We do this by we have 5 categories of models. We have 22 different models that check for different things. Brand safety, as you can imagine, on brand, which is what you saw with the glasses of beer. On style, we ingest your style guide, break it down into a bunch of rules. We can even do really weird rules. We have a customer that has a rule that says no child can be shown using technology in an advertisement without an adult present. We can take that rule, we can generate a synthetic data set around it, use it to train a model, and we can check for that in your marketing. Obviously, regulatory compliance stuff is what we get asked for a lot now. If you're marketing to children, finance, healthcare, etc. Where do people see value? Actually, let me go to this one. There's some labor savings if you do a lot of this. Obviously, there's a little bit of an insurance cost to make sure that something really bad doesn't get out the door, right? You're going to post something on social media, and there's that one person who's like, that has a little bit of a sexual connotation. Maybe you don't know it. Maybe nobody caught that. But really, as you move to generative AI enablement, that's where we see the bulk of the value for this. We integrate with lots of other platforms. So the idea is you should have one place to manage your brand, and we can build the machine learning version of your model for those brands so that they fit in with the other tools that you use and the workflows that you use. We do have an API, we do have the Chrome plugin, et cetera. And I have 4 seconds left. So if you have any questions, email me. If you're interested in AI, I do a lot of angel investing, and I do write a Substack about it. And that's if you want to check out our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.